Hey there, cycling fans! Today, we are diving into the world of the Tour de France Femmes 2026, specifically focusing on the jury and fines aspect. Now, this might not sound like the most thrilling part of the race, but trust me, it's way more exciting than you think. So, buckle up as we explore the nitty-gritty of how a simple fine can have a massive impact on the race. First things first, let's talk about the rules. In cycling, every rule is like a tiny little domino that can set off a chain reaction. For instance, a simple breach of regulations concerning vehicle movements can result in a fine, a yellow card, or even a relegation. And that's just the beginning. Sprint deviations, sticky bottles, feeding breaches, and littering offenses can all send shockwaves through the race. Now, let's take a look at some real-life examples. In Stage 1, we saw a bunch of fines and penalties for everything from vehicle movements to littering. Stephen Chanel, Christian Koss, Ion Lascano, Sherry Pridham, Alice Towers, Hub Duin, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, Lika Nuagen, Lily Williams, Josie Nelson, Alison Jackson, and Alison Avoyne all got hit with fines and penalties. And let's not forget about Dina Bowles, Grace Verbeek, Francesca Baale, Kelvin Decker, Lean Robin Clay, Callum Ferguson, Nadia Gontova, and more. But what makes this really interesting is how these fines and penalties can shape the race. For instance, a fine for littering can cost a rider 15 UCI points, which can make a huge difference in the overall standings. Similarly, a time penalty for sheltering behind a vehicle can set off a chain reaction, affecting not just the rider, but also their team and the entire race dynamic. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. These fines and penalties are not just about the immediate result, they can have long-lasting implications. For instance, a yellow card can lead to a relegation, which can completely change the dynamics of the race. And that's not all. A fine for irregular feeding can affect a rider's performance, not just in the current stage, but also in the overall race. One thing that immediately stands out is how these fines and penalties can create a ripple effect. A simple fine for a sticky bottle can lead to a time penalty, which can affect not just the rider, but also their team and the entire race dynamic. And that's not all. A fine for littering can cost a rider 15 UCI points, which can make a huge difference in the overall standings. What many people don't realize is how these fines and penalties can affect the team dynamics. For instance, a fine for vehicle movements can not only affect the rider, but also their team, as they may have to deal with the consequences of the rider's actions. And that's not all. A fine for irregular feeding can affect the entire team, as they may have to adjust their strategy to accommodate the rider's penalty. If you take a step back and think about it, you'll realize that these fines and penalties are not just about the immediate result, they are about the bigger picture. They can affect the team dynamics, the overall standings, and even the race strategy. And that's what makes the Tour de France Femmes 2026 so fascinating. So, there you have it. The jury and fines aspect of the Tour de France Femmes 2026 is way more exciting than you think. From vehicle movements to littering, every rule is like a tiny little domino that can set off a chain reaction. And that's what makes cycling so captivating. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cycling insights and analysis.